Hello. I promised a sketchbook tour and I just finished filming something else, so I had it all set up. And I thought, well, why not film a sketchbook tour? For everyone asking, this is a sketchbook by Khadi Papers. It's the bound sketchbook because the other one is more like a pad, and it's around 50 by 50-ish. So I started out here by re-swatching my watercolor palette, and actually I loved it all the way through, using it because I had all the colors here on the front. Then just gonna blur the address. I painted this as the first thing, and here I could already notice how much I was gonna love this paper because it blends so perfectly and smooth. So yeah, I really like that. Right now I'm using this paper all the time on my Instagram as well. This was a draw it in your style challenge where I had to draw a little witch, but I cannot draw people, so I drew it as a raven. Then a little birdie. I have it here as well as stickers. I have them in small and bigger, and I even have them as holographics in my shop, so if you like that, here it is and here it came from. And we have a little Scottish Highlander. This is all still watercolors here. I was just trying to play as much as possible to see how the paper would do. This one turned out not so great. I think it's because I used cool colors all the way around. So the colors are not working together really. Then more robins. This is the first page in the sketchbook that I really screwed up. So from here on out, it's more screw ups because the perfection wore off. And not that the rest was perfection, but it was coming together as a nice notebook to flip through, and now it's not. So after that, I immediately wanted to just doodle. So I just doodled some birds here with colored pencils, which I normally do not use. Then I painted this to come up with a design for the bedroom wall in the children's room. We do not have children yet, but we are adopting, and I wanted to make the room ready, and I was seeing what kind of background color would fit best. Then these were just some labels that I had, but I do not have these herbs, or I already have them in other containers, so I used the labels as sketching prompts. This is stuck together. I'm not sure what I drew, but I'm sure it's better hiding away. Then I drew all these kinds of fruits. It was a really new style for me, so it was really fun to try out. And I saw them as stickers actually, a couple of them as mystery pack January. I was gonna do mystery packs each month, but I haven't sold a single thing, so it was just too expensive to keep up or even produce for another month. So yeah, it was really fun to just try out and make these fruits with as little colors as possible, or just a few colors, and then big strokes, bold strokes, only one brush. I really like how this came out. Then we have, this was the apples. Then we have more ruined stuff. This was a house in Leiden, which is a city in the Netherlands. This was just a cloud study. And I wanted to do very loose watercolors, and I fixed it up with gouache, and as you can see, it does not work. Then here we have some grapes that didn't work out really well, so I stuck this in here because I doodled this during a game of Alchemists, I'm not sure. And this is a sticker as well, actually. And then some more fruits. Then we have a normal sketchbook page. I was trying to come up with another stamp to use on my mail. And I had a weird dream about a duck that had holes in the side of his beaks to let water through, so he could just sit in a stream and let the fish come to him, and then all the water would suck out. And I don't know why, but I just had to think out the mechanics of it. This was an other draw it in your style from Sarah Spring. You can find her on Sarah Spring Art, but you can also just search for this hashtag and I'm sure you will find her. Then this was a doodle I did on some text papers, and I ran out of space and I wanted to continue because I was having fun doing weird stuff. I know it looks very weird, but somehow I like it. Here I was trying out markers, and I was also wanted to try out how they would fit on the paper, like what they would do. These are the only colors I have, so I had to see what I could do, and they did bleed through, not on the new page, but on this page. So I stuck in this chicken, and this chicken I painted, or I colored in with colored pencils. I also made the exact same one in gouache, just to see if I could make them look alike. Turns out I cannot. This was the filled piece, so I just stuck it in here. Here I wanted to try out to find some light areas in green and yellow with the dark blue and how that would look. Some weird doodles. I have stickers of this one, but I made it prettier than this, but that was just the idea. Then a landscape with watercolor and wax, I think. This was just some tryouts. This was full of masking fluid, and I wanted to see what I could do with it. This is all from a Domestica course. So we painted grasslands, lake, oceans, and it was to create a magical landscape or magical feeling landscape, and then eventually I created this. And I created way more landscapes after that, so you can find those on my Instagram. This was just me being tired and trying something out. Did not work out, so I stuck this in here. I got these from my little niece. She made them. And I thought, well, you're 3 years old, but this is a whole lot better than what I was making. So just stuck that in there. And there's another page. I did this background, and I couldn't for the life of me figure out what I was doing with it when I came back to it. So I was thinking, well, maybe I was making bushes, but then I thought, no, it was not bushes. I'm not sure. So I just wrote no and continued with my life. This is a spread I'm actually quite happy with. It's just normal watercolor, so it comes a little bit easier to me, but it looks fun. This was a Skillshare class, I believe. I think I watched the first few minutes and skipped through it. But it was about how to create textures. Then we have some made up landscape sketches here. I really like this bunny. I know it's a little bit screwed up. I went over it with pink watercolors just so the graphite will not come off. And this is not because I wanted to hide it away, although what's needed is ugly, but I tried out oil pastels. I had a set of 4, I think, and I wanted to try them out, and your sketchbook is not a great place to try that out because it smudges and it stains, so I just paste some baking paper over it so it would not stain on all the other pages and stick together. So you can see I tried some flowers, a roast bird. I'm not sure what this was or that, but yeah, I was just trying them out. There are some sketches. My husband was sleeping and the cats. Then more cats. These are not my proudest moments. I painted over this 3 times and still it's pretty horrendous, but yeah. I don't like those videos where you can have a sketchbook tour, but you can only see every other page, so I just wanted to show them all. I was really trying to not paint details, but to get the cat with just the lighting, so how he's sitting. So I wanted to use different kinds of whites. Yeah, here we have, of course, portrait, which I had never done before, so it was quite fun to do. This was just try out with as many colors as possible. This was a little palette and I wanted to see what I come up with, so I painted Plingvlier from Iceland. I'm not sure if that's recognizable at all. And a little peacock. A little duck. some sketches. This was some construction work we had going on, and I just wanted to sketch it, even though it's totally not my style, but I just really enjoyed painting this. Then I painted this. I wanted to make prints to sell, so I could give the money to the Ukrainian refugees. But eventually I just looked up how much it was to print, and then I donated that money because I didn't think it was going to sell, and then nobody had anything. So I just thought, well, I will donate my own money and this will just stay in here. This was just some doodling while watching Gorskazat, I think. Little swan, again, I was just trying to do it with different kinds of whites instead of drawing in the details. So we have blue, whites, blue to orange. Nowhere it's really white, and I wanted to make out the shape. And this is from another artist that I will link down below. This is something I screwed up and stuck in here. And then we have the back with some swatches. So that was it. Okay, well, it was fun sharing this with you. I hope you liked it. Yeah, so thank you for sure. If you liked it, please let me know. I started in new sketchbooks already. I have this sketchbook, which is Moleskine, and I just finished painting this. Still have the wet palette here. And I have started in this sketchbook, which is just a cheap Talents sketchbook, and I'm just really enjoying the cheapness of it and that it makes me free to create. I'm starting at random pages every time, so there's a lot of emptiness in it right now, but yeah, I'm just opening whichever page feels good and then start doodling there. This I actually turned into a sticker sheet, this one. So yeah, so fun. I'm really enjoying the new sketchbooks. This one was sold out everywhere, so if you can't find it, please let me know. And then all that's left to do is show you the prompt jars. Welcome to my desk. It is a mess here. I made these super cool prompt jars. I've made lots of different prompts. These are not the only ones. I also have magic prompts and some other ones. And what I did essentially, let me get this one, is come up with loads and loads of prompts. So this one is for animals, for example. And I have them all here, so I can just pick one whenever I want to draw something. Last time I picked anteater, so now I'm drawing an anteater. And I also did that with just everyday things, cozy prompts, nature prompts, silly prompts, and like I said, I had magic prompts and I think some other. And they are all for sale. If you want them all together, it's only €3.40. You can print them yourself, make up some cute jars. But I also sell them separately for way cheaper on my website, and I will link it all down below. So thank you again, and see you soon.